Hello everyone, welcome to the discussion on the questions of GS paper 2 of UPSC Mains 2024. So we shall be starting with our first question. Our first question is, examine the need for electoral reforms as suggested by various committees with particular reference to one nation, one election principle. Okay, so basically we have 2-3 keywords in this question. So our directive is examine. Basically we have to examine the question, we have to analyze the question in deep. Okay, our main keyword is electoral reforms, second is committees, and third is with reference to one nation, one election. So before discussing what all we should be writing in the answer, let's discuss in brief the structure of our answer. So basically, structure of our answer will be introduction, body and conclusion. Introduction, body and conclusion. But how we will structure our overall body, we have to discuss that also. So, see, our directive is we have to examine. What we have to examine? We have to examine the need for the electoral reforms. So whenever we are discussing the need of anything, that means there might be some of the issues, right? Based on the, if we are facing the issues, then only we would be saying that we need so and so reforms. Okay, so basically we have to discuss the issues, we have to discuss the challenges in the present electoral process. Then only we can say that we need electoral reforms. Okay, so in body, basically we have to discuss the issues. Because of those issues, we need some of the reforms. So we have to discuss the issues. But the second highlight is we have to discuss based on the suggestions of various committees. So you must be knowing at least 4-5 committees. At least 4-5 committees who have suggested electoral reforms. So your answer should not contain only the need, only the challenges. Your answer must also contain the names of various committees and the suggestions given by those committees. And your overall focus and highlight must be with reference to one nation, one election. So you might be knowing various committees related to electoral reforms, but you know at least you must write at least 2 to 3 committees which are focusing on one nation, one election. Okay, so here one nation, one election committees must be needed, and since we have to analyze, we have to examine everything based on this principle, so you have to write the pros and cons of this principle also, because see, we don't have to just write, na, we have to examine it. So we have to examine the reform, one of the principle, one nation, one election, that whether it is good or whether it is bad. Okay, so let's start our answer. So basically in the introduction you can now simply write the significance of the electoral reforms, that why electoral process is needed and why electoral reforms are needed. So you can now simply write 2-3 keywords, that to make the elections transparent, to make the elections efficient, there is the need of electoral reforms in the country. Okay, and since one nation, one election keyword is also present in the introduction, so simply you can define one nation, one election. That to make the elections efficient and transparent, one nation, one election is seen as one of the solution, and you can define in one line that the elections for Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies are held simultaneously. So I think in introduction you can justify in this way. Now let's come to the body part. So in body part, no, you have to structure your answer very well. First of all, you will be writing the need, or basically you would be writing the issues in the present electoral system. Okay, then only a person will demand reform, right? So in what are the present issues? So basically you can discuss about, one of the main issue, criminalization of politics. Criminalization of politics. And see, you have to be very careful that you don't write any of the example, just you are writing one line that so and so thing is happening and just full stop. You have to substantiate your points. So if I am writing there is criminalization of politics in India, then you have to give the example. You can quote any report. You can quote a very famous report that in 17th Lok Sabha around 44% MPs had the criminal records, or any other data which you have. Okay, the second issue which you can discuss is of the money power, about the money power which is used in the elections, which is used in the electoral process. So very famous judgment of Supreme Court. Recently Supreme Court has declared the electoral bonds as unconstitutional. So there was basically the reason behind it, the donor agencies, the information of donor agencies were hidden. So you can write these all things under money power. And third issue which you can write is the use of social media. See, now you are discussing the issues, basically all the issues which we are facing in the electoral process. So in social media, the use of social media also, you can say that the politicians, the political parties are micro-targeting the voters. So all these things you can write in the issues, that what all issues we are facing. Now you have to discuss about the committees. Okay, so these all committees, you have to discuss the committees, that what all the issues were highlighted by these committees and what reforms were suggested by these committees, right? So like you can discuss about the Dinesh Goswami committee. So basically this committee highlighted the issue of money power, and it suggested state funding of elections. Okay, so this was the issue highlighted, and this was the reform suggested. Okay, you can also write about Tarkunde committee. So it gave the suggestion of proportional representation way of election. Okay, so these two committees. Now basically we have to focus on one nation, one election, right? So recently you might have heard about Coven committee report. And what this report suggested, this report suggested simultaneous elections. For Lok Sabha and state legislative assembly, and this was accepted by Union Cabinet also. Also Niti Aayog suggested one nation, one election as a possible solution to deal with the challenges of recent electoral process. Okay, so basically we have discussed in general committees also, and we have discussed the committees which are suggesting one nation, one election as a solution. Okay, now we shall be discussing, now we have to examine one nation, one election, that what will be pros and what will be cons, right? So I am discussing in brief that what will be pros and what will be cons. So basically in pros, what we will say, that in recent electoral process what is happening. So this year there is Lok Sabha election. Next year there would be election for 2 to 3 state legislative assembly. So every year there is some or the other election, and election commission and its machinery and all the resources are involved every year in the election. So what is happening? The cost is rising. So in simultaneous election, the election for Lok Sabha and legislative assemblies will be held simultaneously. So now we are free for 5 years. So no extra cost, nothing. So what will happen? The cost will reduce significantly. Now second, what we can say, that there would be no policy paralysis. Because see, at present what is happening, if I am part of government, I have declared such and such policy, but now if there are elections next year or next to next year, so the policy will take a back seat, and populist measures will be announced. So there will be a policy paralysis. So this kind of issue will also be dealt with. Okay. So now if I am talking about cons, so see, if I am saying that cost will be reduced because there would be no elections year after year, but there would be another kind of cost, like you will be needing more number of EVMs, you will be needing more number of VVPATs. Okay, so cost, somewhere or the other the cost is increasing. Okay, and it would require constitutional amendment. It would require constitutional amendment also, and which will need ratification of 50% of states, and this is not very easy to get. Also, the government will need to build political consensus for this thing, because a bill has to be passed in the parliament, and it is not easy to pass in the era of coalition politics. So basically you can discuss pros in this way and cons in this way. So even if you have pros or positives of one nation, one election, so you can add here also. That the people, here you can add, the people can easily enforce trust on their political representatives. Okay, so I think we have discussed overall body of the answer. Now we can talk about the conclusion. So in conclusion, you can mainly highlight the recommendations of Kovind Committee, because since it's the recent report and it is also being accepted by Union Cabinet, so you can discuss that. See, one of the con of this was that what if there is some issue in the state legislative assembly and the government is dissolved in between only. So there was issue. So you can discuss some of the recommendations of Kovind Committee, that this committee has recommended a date, a cut-off date. So this cut-off date will deal with the issue of premature dissolution of state legislative assembly. Also, this committee has recommended the phased elections. Means in one phase Lok Sabha and state legislative assembly elections, and in second phase elections for the local bodies. So basically in conclusion we can write that the step is very good, but we have to be very careful about the possible challenges which we can face, and the Kovind Committee recommendations are a very good step in this regard. So basically you can end your answer in this way. So that's all for the question number 1, and thank you for